Look, it's under no circumstances, should anybody's death be celebrated or somebody lost their daughter, somebody lost a sister or mother, and it's unfortunate that somebody lost their life there. But what message does it send that an individual, if she lived, she would have been charged. She would have been charged with a crime. She would have been a criminal. What message does that send out there to not just everyday citizens, but to people other criminals at the Capitol who may have been sprayed by police or may have been hit by police? Do they get to sue and now be rewarded because their record's clean?
In this round, here's Charles Big Angry Adams.
There has been a tremendous amount of disinformation and misinformation on both sides, both conservatives trying to minimize the violence that existed outside the Capitol on January 6th and liberals trying to overblow what happened on January 6th to try to separate it from other violent incidents both at the Capitol and around America that are, protest and free speech, violence masquerading as protest and free speech. Officer Dunn, there's been lots of videos that have called into question his stories, and he regurgitated, and the CNN host regurgitated more than him, this falsity that officers died as a result of injuries that day. That is a pervasive dishonesty that has lingered for years now, and it's absolutely not true. You did have some officers commit suicide, but there was no officer that died during January 6th, during the riots, or that died as a result of the injuries from the riots. That's a falsehood. The only person that died that day because of that incident was Ashli Babbitt. And the question is, was it fair for the Trump administration, Department of Justice, to agree to pay her family $5 million after the Justice Department under the Biden administration had determined no laws were broken? And I think it fundamentally goes to the question, and we've also had Deputy Director Bongino and Director Kash Patel say in the last week that they are going to release more information about January 6th. Including the involvement or alleged involvement of undercover instigators from federal law enforcement that were pushing people to go and enter the Capitol, which those on the right have long said that's what happened, and they've also said many people were just let in to walk around, and of course they point the finger at other things. But here's the real question. I know you're yawning because you don't want to talk about the facts.